Hey guys, what is up? Lefty back here again, and thanks for checking out the video. So today we're going to do kind of a multifaceted kind of video. First, we're going to be doing a review of the Banshee by Shellback Tactical plate carrier, and then we're going to talk a little bit about armor in general, and then kind of do some things about that. So anyway, we're going to jump right into it. So anyway, here is the carrier that I've had for years. This is my first carrier that I've ever had and kind of played with. I've had this carrier for probably a little bit after Sandy Hooks, are probably like 2014, 2015. There was a little bit of talk about Democrats wanting to ban civilians owning body armor. So I'm like, you know what, go fuck yourself. So I went and got me some body armor. Now, the body armor that I got is probably very well known. It is steel plates from the AR-500. You know, real thing about the company, real quick. Great company, very pro two-way. They have a lot of very affordable options for people that want something to stop bullets. And yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to say about the company, because it's a great company. It's just their product is kind of like, maybe it works for some people, but we'll kind of jump into that a little bit later in the video. So the Shellback Tactical Banshee, this is the 1.0. I believe they do have updated versions of this thing. I think there is one called the Patriot, which is essentially, I think, the same thing. And then they have the Banshee 2.0, which has different attachment points right here or something like that. Not 200% on that statistic, but just take it for what you will. I actually did do a couple videos in the past about body armor, but I deleted it because I hated myself and I hated the way they turned out. I basically kind of went into the idea of using plates and armor for home defense and stuff like that, and then also setting them up, mildly setting them up for certain things and applications. Of course, I didn't really know too much about body armor and, you know, just carriers in general at that point, so I kind of deleted it because I was kind of ignorant. I was just kind of making videos to make videos. And I noticed this thing is fucking coming out. What the actual shit is going on back here? Don't mind me just fixing some stuff. I don't know what the fuck happened here. Shit got pulled out from the back here. So anyway, embarrassing. But anyway, we're moving on. So anyway, this is the Shellback Tactical Carrier Banshee. I've said that 3 times already. It's in Coyote Tan, which is still my favorite goddamn color. I know everybody's kind of, you know, honestly, everybody was in the multicam. Now they're slowly moving into kind of the OD green, which is kind of weird. But I'm still a big fan of the Coyote. I don't know, it's just always been one of my faves. You know, cool shit. Anyway, so this is kind of the old school plate carrier. This thing you can find for probably about a little bit over $100, you know. It's a good carrier, and basically what it turned into once I got the AR-500 plates is just kind of a weighted vest, essentially, to work out in. Because once you put this fucking thing on, the last thing you want to do is add more stuff into this shit, right? So we'll kind of go into it. It is kind of the old school style of plate carrier, meaning for your attachment points down here, it's just all MOLLE. All the new updated systems have the Velocity quick clip system with the Velcro lining right here, which I greatly prefer. In all honesty, I'm kind of getting cut off there. No big deal. It's kind of hard to record this because I just didn't want to show the camera at this thing because it's kind of boring. But yeah, so this is old school MOLLE. Sure, we have to weave everything, and it's just a big pain in the ass. I have 3 HSGI high-speed gear. Yeah, it says HSGI taco pouches right here, all 3 of them. And then I have one of their blowout kits. These things are kind of cool. It's basically just a little thing you fill in, and you basically put medical supplies in here, blah, blah, blah. Close it up, blah, blah, blah. You need it, you pull this thing out, it shoots right out, and it's kind of neat. The only problem is it's kind of small. The nice thing about it is it's very quick to get into. The bad thing about it is everything in there comes out. So unless you need... So basically what I usually kept in this thing was just gauze and a pressure bandage. I usually had tourniquets on other places in my body, but one nice thing about this thing too, it actually does have a slot for a shear in the back, so that's kind of nice. So pressure bandage, combat gauze or something like that, that's pretty much what I put in there. So if I had a bullet hole somewhere in my body, you know, stuff it with gauze and then pressure bandage. But that's pretty much all you can really fit in there, especially depending on the pressure bandage, that's probably it. So it kind of is what it is. So it's kind of a nice pouch. It's not the greatest, especially in what you have now on the market available to you. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. These fucking kangaroo pouches, these things with the Velcro, fuck them in the hell. I hate them all. There's just way too much Velcro on these things to actually use them. There are ways of making them easier to get into, obviously, but I just, you know, I don't know. They're just kind of stupid. And other ones have admin pouches up here too that have the same kind of shit. you know, it is what it is. It's nice that they're there, but you're probably never ever going to use them. And this is the old style as well of cummerbund. This is still kind of the used, but it's a little bit of the old school style, blah 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 kind of thing, where you just have molly all around and blah blah blah, and then just hooks underneath it. And pretty soon I will don this so you guys can kind of get a see and a feel of what it kind of looks like and shit like that. But it is kind of nice. It's very well made, honestly. I think it's 500 Cordura, something like that. I don't think it's the 1000, but it is the 500. But it's a very well built thing. I rarely use it for any type of thing, like besides LARPing in the basement kind of thing, but mainly what I actually turned into was just a weight vest that I wore when I went on for jogs or walks or just doing body exercises. Like, this is kind of that thing, because each one of these plates weighs 8 pounds, and this whole thing, this thing probably weighs a pound or two at least. So you're probably talking 20 extra pounds on your body. So it's a hell of a fucking workout to use this shit. So yeah, anyway, I don't really know if there's too much things I want to say about it that's good, other than it's very well built and it has lasted, even though all these fucking plates in there just kind of rattle around. So it's actually held up fairly nicely. A little bit of fraying here and there, but not too bad. The number one thing that I will show you that I hate about this fucking thing is the way this attachment system is. You have two big fat ass buckles right here. And the problem with plate carriers that have two fat ass buckles right here is that that's where your rifle's got to go. So especially depending on the cuts of your plates, these are just kind of your sappy cut, or just has the cuts like this. You can kind of see the outline of the plate, goes down and then straight down. You have full cut, sappy cut, and then kind of swimmer's cut is the newer ones, which I prefer because it's a deeper, shallower cut. You have a little bit less protection up here, but you can use your weapon significantly better. And then honestly, we'll kind of get into that as well for plates. You know, I mean, protection's nice, but if it slows you down or you can't use your gun effectively, I'd rather not have them personally. But anyway, we're gonna go quickly and put this fucking thing on and yeah, show you how it works. All right, guys, so now we have it on. It actually is not as heavy as I remember, although I have been eating more, so I have gotten stronger probably. But as you can see, you know, actually, I mean, it's actually not too bad in terms of like positioning and shit. I thought I might have gone down a little bit because I had to adjust the back, but it's actually fitting pretty well. So yeah, this is kind of the way I like to run it. So the new style, like I said, it actually has a clip, so you can kind of change this panel out, so you don't have to weave 50 fucking things in here when you want to change something out. You just go click, click, shh, then click, click, and then shh, and you put it right back on. So I really enjoy that system. The system that I'm rocking now is a Velocity Systems law enforcement plate carrier, which is kind of my preferred one, and I will be doing a video on that. I prefer that one greatly because that one is actually only a little bit more expensive than this one, or at least more than I paid for this one. And then also I think is a much better system that we'll get into a different video. But anyway, so this is what I kind of still run with, honestly. I like to keep this side completely clear because this is where my goddamn secondary pistol is going to be, right there. And then pretty much all my shit's going to be over here. Now, the problem with old school carriers like this is that they're just kind of inefficient for utilization of area and space, because everything has to be weaved in, and then it just gets really fucking bulky because you just have shit hanging off of everywhere. So I really don't like a lot of stuff on the front. You know, I mean, that's just, I mean, if I ever had to go prone, you don't want to have a lot of shit on the front. Just kind of a good idea. So everything is either going to be very minimal on the front, and then it's going to be hanging off of this side. Now, the kind of the old school effect was put as much shit as you can on your plate carriers to look like a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or something like that. You don't want a lot of shit on your stuff, man, especially because, like, how much shit are you actually going to really need depending on what your, you know, thing is going to be, honestly. I mean, I just like to have some ammo, some tools that I don't have anymore, and then also just medical. That's basically all I fucking need. You know, you don't need like 80,000 things and shit. So, anyway, moving on. That's kind of my preferred thing. So now, one thing I like about these pouches, though, is that they are kind of a pain in the ass to kind of use, but, you know, they do take pretty much everything from AR mags to AK mags, so they work pretty fucking well. The only problem is, you know, it gets fucking heavy. So anyway, this is the problem that we have here. So we have our plate right here, as you can kind of see the outline of my finger right there. And now what I want to do is use my shoulder to actually hug the rifle. The only problem is you have this big plastic thing right there, and especially on guns that have a fixed stock, which is why I grabbed the AK, it gets kind of a pain in the fucking dick, okay? So the best shoulder weld that I can get is probably something like this, okay? So that's it. As you can see how far bladed I am, it's just not great. And this goddamn gun is gonna jump off my shoulder when I actually have to start shooting if I need to. So that's about as good of a weld that I can get into my shoulder. So it's not great. That is why I fucking hate this plate carrier with the big thing. So if you ever are looking into a plate carrier, do not get one with big shoulder pads and big fucking buckles right there. You're gonna have a very bad time. Also, one thing that you're gonna have a very bad time, and again, this is kind of the old school cummerbund system. Some of them still do this. They have a system now which is kind of a mix between the Cordura and elastic, or they have full elastic. You look at elastic and you're like, man, I don't want that gay shit. I want some molly slots so I can put my side armor and shit. First of all, you're probably never gonna wear side armor because it's just too fucking heavy at that point. You put 5 pounds minimum. You got 10 pounds. You're gonna put like what 5 more pounds on it. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. Just saying. But anyway, so what I would prefer is either a mix. Some of them have a little bit of molly right here, and then it's just elastic, or it's just the cummerbund is all elastic. I would prefer 100% all elastic, just because especially with the updated systems that they have now with the clip in and then it just velcros down, you can get a lot of shit on there that's very tightly held together and it's not bulking out because shit doesn't have to be weaved through mollies or pals. So I prefer those kind of attachment systems because you don't want anything on your pistol side, right? So that would be my left side. So this shit needs to stay clear. So this thing can be all elastic. This side over here, besides having a couple things, I really don't need anything on my side. You know, and I would really highly suggest you not do anything on this shit, because once you cinch this down and you're like, wow, that feels pretty good. It's nice and tight. You have to start running with this fucking thing. Having elastic in here for your chest to actually rise and fall is great because I like breathing. Breathing is a great fucking thing. You cinch this bitch down, you are not going to be able to breathe at all, and you are going to get winded more so than you do going up the stairs. Okay, so I would probably not recommend it. So all in all, it's actually a very good weight vest kind of system, and if you wanted to practice with some shit, you know, it can do that. I would not recommend this type of carrier. It's just not great. Now, if you wanted to give this to a family member or something like that, and instead of having pouches like this, give them a bigger pouch of like a medical flashlight, cell phone, or a phone, or walkie-talkie, or something like that. In the case of like some family member is not going to use a gun, maybe that's a possibility, although this has to be a pretty big family member to be able to carry this much weight. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. We can kind of get into a different video, but if you are looking for a plate carrier right now during the midst of the pandemic, look for one that does not have this shit, right? Get swimmer cut plates so it's a little bit steeper so you can get that shoulder pocket in, because that's about as far that I can cut in. I do have a pretty wide shoulder. I know some people with the sappy cuts can't even really use a pistol very well because they can go like about that, or they have to bring their elbows in quite a bit. With mine extended, I can actually reach it with the sappy cut. Not everybody's like that. And then also, if you're buying something to stop bullets, I would recommend going a little bit more expensive than just $100, because steel it'll stop the round, but you're probably going to get shot more often because you're being weighed down by so much shit. So, all in all, kind of do with what the information that you will. I know it's a little bit rambling. I wanted to kind of stick to just this plate carrier in general, and I am going to set up, I am going to do another video about how I have my current setup for my current plate carrier that I have that actually has actual plates in them, and I will kind of go through that in a little bit more detail. But this video's gone on a little bit too long, And then to hang off on the to send off the whole video, would I rather have something or nothing? When it comes to armor, if you can only afford AR 500, I would say fuck that. I would say for the amount of money that you're going to spend to get plates and a chest rig, or excuse me, plates and a carrier, you're much better off getting a chest rig with some other shit on it, or buying other shit for it. Because if you need stuff to carry stuff, chest rig is going to be better. Unless you can drop minimum, I would say, I found some plates that are pretty good price. You can get a set of 2 for about $350 from Hesco. If you can find those in stock, the 210s, I would recommend those. One thing too that I'll leave off for plates, I really don't like going any thicker than an inch. If I can stay under an inch, I will. Under inch, kind of your composite material is going to be your best bet. Once you get into the polyurethane or whatever that weird material is that they're using, it's way too goddamn thick. They're like this fucking big. And if you have that thick of a plate coming off of you and you have mags, I mean, you're going to be a goddamn beer gut before you even, you know, have to put anything else on there. So I would recommend to kind of stay away from anything thicker than an inch is what I kind of use for a metric. But anyway, this video is going on way too long. Hopefully I answer some questions that you guys had, and then just kind of give you a quick little overview of this plate carrier and stuff like that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking through my rambling and stuff like that. And yeah, be good.